Twitter freaks crash out over problematic VTuber and it backfires. Again. By Ref says desu. Oh, this is about banana juju. Ah, okay. Okay, this is about banana juju. I get it, I get it, I get it. So for those of you who don't know who Banana Juju is, originally she was a kind of small VTuber. And then she got supposedly cancelled for having braids on her model. Some VTweeter, well, technically not a VTweeter. They do make, or she, I think it was a chick. She does make content, but she acted like a VTweeter and tried to cancel her for having braids. I wonder what is this about? Okay, okay, let's just see. I'm sub to her. I'm sub to her as well, and I follow her on Twitter.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So today we're going to be once again talking about the very controversial VTuber Banana Juju. This is a monkey-themed VTuber we talked
Very controversial. You have braids.
about roughly 2 weeks ago because she was the latest victim of a cancel culture campaign in the VTubing scene. Unfortunately for them, that would backfire greatly and she would gain immense support across various platforms. On Twitter, for example, she went from about 2,000 or 3,000 followers to now nearly 26,000 in a very short period of time. And unfortunately, they're trying to cancel her once again for another ridiculous topic. But we'll get into that in just a second. Let's remind ourselves what happened on this previous episode of Dragon Ball here. So Banana Juju posted her VTuber model with a simple hi post, and this would go viral, getting 7.6.
Yeah, this model got viral. Hi Zeppelin, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, this one got viral for one and one reason only: braids. Because somebody was like, I don't like the fact that she uses braids. That's kind of weird, bro. Shut the fuck up.
6 million views. Most people didn't have a problem with it, but some people had viral tweets accusing her of racism and cultural appropriation because this fair-skinned model has dreads. Now, some of their solutions to this, the so-called progressive people, was that if her skin was darker, it wouldn't be racist.
You want the... I've said this before, but you want the monkey VTuber to be black. You want the monkey VTuber to be black. I don't need to say anything. You really want that, huh? Thank you, Poke. I hope you're doing well yourself. I'm doing alright.
Which, saying that about a monkey-themed VTuber seems to kind of beat the whole purpose of fighting racism, am I right? But anyways, she would also get a lot of traction on the situation, resulting in people like Asmongold, myself, and other content creators talking about her situation, and, of course, resulting in more support of her cause because she was the victim of a ridiculous virtue signaling campaign on social media. And she made the most of this. She would stream consistently over the period of time since this all happened, getting very impressive numbers on Twitch. She also had...
Damn, yeah, she really said, yup, I'm gonna utilize this. I don't care, I'm gonna utilize this. And she did make the most of it. It appears so.
Has plenty of YouTube videos that are doing very well, to the point where she is now a YouTube partner. She has capitalized on the opportunity that was forced upon her. A lot of people say this is grifting to take advantage of the spotlight being on you. I think it's the exact opposite. If people are going to try to cancel you and put you on this pedestal for everyone to look at, you should take advantage of it and make content. That's one thing.
The word grifter got so violated over the past year. It is actually crazy. A grifter really is just somebody who does something to catch an audience, to catch something that's really popular currently, even though they don't stand behind it. I don't know how that makes sense. She just capitalized. Didn't even grift. She just saw that people were supporting her, and she used that situation. I really don't like how they ruined that word.
All these VTweeters on Twitter just don't understand because they don't understand making content whatsoever. Hence why they just seethe about other VTubers all day. But now you see the situation.
Always remember, the opinion of a VTweeter does not matter. They are in the eternal cycle of never debuting. They're stuck in an eternal limbo of tweeting into nothingness, literally waiting for somebody to fuck up so they can capitalize on it. By virtue signaling. If you're a V tweeter, your opinion is discarded.
Situation, it backfired for the cancel culture enthusiasts. Did they learn a lesson?
No.
Of course not. And they're doing it again with this post right here. So a few days ago, she made this saying, "Look what I found on the interwebs." Love it. Now, with a close examination,
That seems like AI. I think that's AI.
this is clearly AI generated. But again, over 1 million views on this, and people would go absolutely crazy because AI is very taboo in the VTubing scene, despite the fact that some of the biggest agency VTubers have AI tags because they know it's an inevitability of the space they're in. That
I'm gonna straight up say it. If you are an artist, you will not escape. I'm gonna straight up say it. You will not escape. AI isn't going anywhere. The only way to help artists is to get legislation around it. But people aren't pushing for that at all. I see plenty of people saying, you shouldn't use AI, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Where are the people pushing for actual legislation to happen? They don't exist.
this stuff is going to exist, so they want to separate with a separate tag from their regular art tags. And of course, there's also large indie VTubers who literally monetize AI, but they don't complain about them. They complain about Banana Juju because she is the flavor of the month and the most recent one to be under the spotlight of cancel culture. And before we get into the actual unhinged threats and virtue signaling and all of that stuff, this post is a good starting point. So this user says she didn't spite the artist. She found an art of her she liked and shared it. It's not that deep. Maybe she wasn't even aware that it was AI when she posted it. I get that AI is morally gray. I get why artists are upset about it, but also stop the clout chasing at some point. And that's what this is all about. A lot of people using this situation to virtue signal and clout chase because it makes them good or look good by saying that this is wrong and that she deserves to be deplatformed and blacklisted.
I also saw like one tweet where another VTuber said, See? I guess now you finally see who she really is. Now she finally shows her true colors." And I'm like, you fucking loser. She literally just posted an art that she found on the internet. That is it. By the way, they canceled her for the braids, even though she also IRL'd. So I think she has braids or she had braids.
And all these things. Of course, we all know AI is a very controversial topic, and there's plenty of valid concerns to be made. Unfortunately, in this situation, the people who are trying to say AI bad are so lost in the sauce, they're not focusing on any legitimate criticisms. They're just resorting to insane threats, virtue signaling, and hypocrisy. And they're losing credibility and making people who are especially in the middle on the topic not want to side with them because they look at the maniacs posting against Banana Juju's post here. So let's just jump right into it. This first one.
Oh god, we're already starting, huh? Okay, I need to go bye, guys, and Slime Duck. Bye, GT, take care. Generally the ugliest Sona to ever exist, I hope. N-words like you get exterminated. Fucking exterminated? Bro, what? Calm down.
Starting right off strong. Genuinely the ugliest Sona to ever exist. I hope people like you get exterminated. The next one, we need to kill AI artists from a person who claims they're on a mental health hiatus.
Mental health hiatus. You should have been longer on the mental health hiatus. Also, isn't that a bit violent? Also, she technically she isn't the artist. She didn't make it. Artist in air quotes. She didn't make it.
I think you need to take a longer hiatus if this is how you're acting over a post containing AI art. Here's another example saying these people are legit effing insane. This person in a now deleted thread quoted saying this: "Your stupid rage bait worked. You happy? I'm mad. The fact that people protect you and even support you is crazy. I feel bad for your model/logo artists who don't even get respected, credited for their hard work considering your credits are blah, 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 blah." They can't even spell. They're so angry. Their hands are shaking. What they're trying to prove in this now deleted thread is that her post celebrating 23,000 followers on Twitter was a dog whistle for white.
Huh? What kind of stretch is this? You took a rubber band, put it at the middle of the poles. You put it at the middle of the North Pole and stretched it around the entire globe. What the fuck do you mean? Huh? Chat. We must now cancel everyone who celebrates their 23rd birthday. You know why? The number 23 is a secret dog whistle for white supremacy. VTweeters. Imaginary friend VTuber. Your friends might be imaginary, but whatever you're thinking of is also very imaginary. They are literally making up villains in their head that don't exist. How do you come to the conclusion that celebrating 23,000 followers is a white supremacist dog whistle? How do you come to that conclusion?
White supremacy and white power. And they wonder why nobody takes them seriously. But this person would continue with other posts, following that up with, "We have to kill AI artists." Then all of the wholesome Chungus say-so VTubers in the replies are also saying they need to kill.
Yeah. Oh, re-debut. Re-debut. That means your first debut has already failed.
Kill AI artists. Very unhinged stuff. But then you see this.
What the fuck? Huh?
An artist would then make this poorly disguised fetish of theirs with a black man.
What? Anyways, black art. Black fetish art. I'm gonna say it. I prefer I'd prefer AI art at this point. See, that's why artists are losing. Motherfuckers like these. What the fuck is that? That is no meme. That is just crop. It is. It is. It's just fetish corn. My guy, if you like black men, just say so, or girl, or whatever you are.
Choking banana juju. Yeah, you know what? You're free to make whatever art you want, but explain to me how this is making you look like the reasonable side here. It's absolutely unhinged. In fact, Banana Juju would actually try to like play this off in a silly way, saying this is how she gets treated when she starts yapping for hours in her stream, trying to make light of this very hostile response. And you know what happened? People got mad at her. They said she was basically grifting and she was like shamelessly reposting this stuff. It's all so ridiculous. She literally can't do anything right in the eyes of people going after her.
The people fighting against the AI are the reason that the AI art wins. The people fighting against AI voices are the ones that are the reason that AI is going to take away their jobs as well. I see the parallels. That is crazy.
But also we have this interaction where someone responding to all this says, "This is not an opinion. Would you accept being exploited or not?" Referring to AI. I don't. Good luck. I'm out. And yes, I shared many tweets that repeated the F sentiment I have. Good job checking on my profile. It's very much so simply an opinion of yours. You think AI art is evil. Some people don't. Yeah, slave owners sure thought they were the good guys. Just go away already. This person says, "Oh my god, so AI art is the same as slavery now? Jesus."
We went from AI art to slavery. Imagine this is a circle. This is the circle, right? We're talking about AI art. Jumps out of circle, talks about slavery. Error 404, point not found? I don't understand.
What's next? People not taking your side are going to be labeled racist. And they say, considering how many third world African employees literally to filter, I don't even know what they're saying. This is insane. They're literally comparing know what they're saying.
Considering how many third word you can't spell. You retard. Can't spell. Ironic. For third world Africans employees being lays, that sounds like those chips. Those potato chips. Literally shit to filter through the shitty images might as well. What what are they trying to say? What is this person trying to say? I don't understand! Regardless, you understood my point well. No, I did not. What are you trying to say? I am... AR is bad, but that is equivalent to trying to compare stealing candy from a child to true and real.
This is insane. They're literally comparing making AI art or posting it to being a slave owner. And they wonder why people don't take them seriously. So here's some more, really expressing the virtue signaling campaign here. This one saying, VTubers who support AI deserve to lose their model files, basically lose the files that make their VTuber model. And then they say an insult to the artist that worked hard for you. So a lot of people would take advantage of this situation to virtue signal for attention. It's very easy among artists and a particular sect of VTubers to gain support by saying AI bad or jumping on the latest cancel culture victim. And here's some more examples saying blacklist +1. So now they want to blacklist this individual. Here's some more examples of that. So this person shared someone else's, again, now deleted tweets where this individual said this: "I humbly invite all artists with dignity to not work with VTubers who support generative AI. A VTuber is a form of art itself, self-expression. A VTuber is there thanks to artists. AI can't make the models they are using. Don't work with people who don't respect you." And then they would delete their post after getting criticism like,
as usual. As usual. Got your ass beat. Deleting the tweet. We don't want to suffer here. The streamer messed up. He deleted his live stream, causing his hours of watching videos to decrease. He realized it and doesn't delete it anymore. I'm very confused, okay?
this, where this user points out that there's a lot of VTubers and also artists in the scene who are either known for using AI or being okay with AI or having AI tags for their fans. And instead of going after these larger creators or anyone like them. They instead go after Juju because they're the flavor of the month. They're the easy.
They're also by far smaller. I think this person is implying that Bao is following this person who does AI art. And I'm gonna say it. You would never go against Bao, because if you try, you get absolutely mollywopped with. You just win against Juju because she's not as big. Otherwise, you would have not done it.
Easy target right now, and talking about them gets you a lot of attention, like I said, with a certain sect of artists and VTubers. And of course, you see other virtue signaling posts like this. Actually was kind of looking up to you, but now I'm just disappointed and feel disgusted that you don't support human art.
Debut! April 19th, that is today. Wait, you're German. Again. What is it with my people being retarded? What is this? Why are my people retarded? Rango Bro, donate money. Screw. Stop throwing money at me! Please, stop. Thank you so much.
So besides this last part being a pancake waffle situation where they didn't say anything about not supporting human art, looking up to a random VTuber on the internet is probably a mistake in and of itself. But this is
what is the chances of this person not debuting today? What is the chances? Chat, I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna go on Twitter real quick. Just to figure out, what are the chances? What are the chances? What are the chances? Did they Did they? They did not. They did not. Average retweeter. The debut is today. They did not. Honestly, I would place the AI art tag because I don't want it to be mixed with normal art if I was a VTuber. True and real as well. That's very true.
happens when you have these insane values you're working with, where you put content creators on such a pedestal that posting one image of AI is it. You're done. You're cut off. You're no longer their hero anymore. Crazy. And Juju would come out and clarify some of the clarify her points regarding some of these responses, saying it's so funny to see how some people on X have the audacity to tell me what I'm allowed to post about. I laughed at people before for
I don't even know how these people can form friendships or anything. They must truly live in an echo chamber. And that doesn't just go for the AI or thing, that goes for everything. If I'm not going to talk to somebody or support somebody anymore because they disagree with one thing, no matter what that thing is, I would feel like that'd be a horrible life. That'd be horror for me. If I had to drop people, oh, you don't agree with me because of that one thing? You go, bye. These people can't make friends that don't think, act, I don't know, like them.
Telling me that my avatar is inappropriate, my mindset stays the same. I'm also tired of these so-called moral people telling me what I can and cannot do. Where are you all when I am shouting out smaller artists which are creating awesome artworks? Stay monkey. It's a jungle out there. So yeah, that's true. She has plenty of other posts supporting and crediting small artists, but these people who care so much about supporting small artists, they care less. They couldn't care less about that sort of stuff. Instead, they want to virtue signal. Here's another person saying, bro, surely you guys see who she is now. Dreadlock discourse aside.
Dreadlocks. It's just a hairstyle. It is just a hairstyle. I feel like the name is quite ironic. Envy, huh? I wonder if this person is envious of Juju. Quite ironic, I must admit.
Surely. So this person clearly believes that the dreadlocks were racist or cultural appropriation or something. So they're saying putting the racism, what I
Here's my stance on cultural appropriation. It does not exist. The only thing you can do is disrespect the culture. That's about it. If you follow the step of cultural appropriation, you're essentially asking for a form of segregation. You will cause huge issues within societies because you refuse that other cultures are interacting with each other. And if you don't create a proper melting pot, you create a huge problems. You create infighting, you create cultures hating each other. To me, cultural appropriation does not exist. That's my take.
perceive as racism aside, let's talk about her posting a singular piece of AI art. That's wild. And clearly, we see who you are, limiting the replies because you're getting blowback. We also see this as someone, again, is virtue signaling for attention online. So here's another one saying, do not interact if...
Of course, that does not mean you should wipe out your own culture. That's obviously not the idea. You should celebrate your own things as well. But you should not isolate yourself, because if you isolate yourself, it's practically over. I think we should mix our cultures more. It would certainly help. It would certainly help in a way. I live in Australia. We basically are a melting pot. Yeah. I mean, here in Germany, we are somewhat of a melting pot. There have been huge problems, certainly.
you are supportive of her. We VTubers survive off of these amazing artists. You are nothing without your artists. You don't deserve a platform slash any support. I bet you only posted this because you saw your last controversy was falling off. Don't worry, I don't think that one will ever fall off because people like you never stop talking about it. And it's amazing how you can post one thing on social media and you no longer deserve a platform or supports. That's pretty crazy. And also we see this sort of police...
I find this stupid. Do not interact if you're supportive of her. I think that's so dumb. Do not interact if you disagree with me. Okay. Trickstar. Sure. Sure. Morons everywhere.
Of anyone who dares to follow Juju. We see this again in other posts. I saw someone dropping mutuals who follow her, and I was like, surely none of my mutuals follows, right? What happened to supporting real artists? It's amazing how some people won't completely abandon someone for a singular post like this. I know, shocking. Here's another one saying, VTubers only exist because of real artists, so please don't support the machine that stole our work. It threatens to replace...
These people have not learned. These people have for real not learned. Just because I follow somebody, it does not mean that I disagree with everything that person does. For example, I follow Tectone. I don't agree with everything that Tectone says. I still like watching him from time to time, though. Like I said, these people want to live in isolated echo chambers, where if you do something wrong, they immediately drop you. You are no longer their friend, you are no longer their fan, you are no longer anything to them. Because of one thing. I normally don't care if a person uses AI art unless they are trying to sell or make their entire account of it. But even then, it's I just make fun of them, let them move on. Because there's no point in crashing out because it's not going anywhere. Like I said, these people are crashing out over people using it instead of going, hey, we need legislation for that. We need some way to protect actual artists. But again, they don't do that. I have never seen anybody push for anything that the government should do. That does not happen.
Place us. If you're an artist, drop a link in the comments. I'd love to see your work and spread some positive vibes. Spreading positive vibes by dogpiling another person and also clearly doing engagement bait, trying to get more people to reply to this tweet and boost the engagement of this account. It's very obvious when people are doing this. Here's another one saying, you know what you're doing.
Oh, not there he is again. I hate this guy. I don't like him. I see him on Twitter a couple of times. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're a retard.
We know what you're doing. Everyone's exhausted with the rigmarole. Well, the only people here who I guess falls under everyone are the people upset about this who won't stop talking about this individual. If you want to stop talking about what this person's doing, then don't make replies like this and then follow up subtweets saying, I'm kind of noticing a trend with selective VTubers I call the no such thing as bad press VTubers. They'll do anything knowing it will cause a stir, claim ignorance while simultaneously defending the position.
Powder falls under this category of no such thing as bad press VTubers. Because a lot of people... I remember when Powder pretty much just made a tweet saying she just finds watching Trump entertaining, that's it. And she doesn't believe that much will change. And people were crashing out, literally crying.
Cry about cancel culture to any drama tuber they can find, then lay low. See, this is interesting because I disagree. There is such a thing as bad press. If you do something actually messed up that really pisses off potential viewers, yeah, it's not going to help you. But when you're getting canceled for having dreads on a VTuber model, or you're getting canceled for a singular AI post, yeah, that press can be flipped into something positive only because people like this can't stop targeting them and talking about them and further boosting attention and sympathy and support going towards them. You have learned absolutely nothing. They see this. I've noticed this user has been in nothing but controversies in the short time they've been active.
In nothing but controversies. It was a singular thing. And that thing wasn't even real. It's just for... I'm gonna say it. If you crash out over dreads on a VTuber model, please, we know you're unemployed. You don't need to tell us. We get it. Be right back, Duck. Okay, average Gumper 420.
And I've also noticed the explosive growth. They're so close. They're so close to understanding what's going on here. Maybe they'll have to complain about it for a few more months before they understand. Here's another one saying, so true. Instead of telling her what to do, we got to start treating her like the laughing stock that she is. Like she thought getting noticed by Asmongold was a good thing. It's hilarious.
For her, it certainly is a good thing. For her, it certainly is a good thing. You can't tell me that getting seen by Asmongold and Asmongold's community was a positive outcome for her. That did help.
Yes. More Asmongold derangement syndrome that clearly...
Asmongold derangement syndrome. ADS? That's interesting. I guess somebody has ADS here. We have so many derangement syndromes. We have Trump derangement syndrome, Asmongold derangement syndrome. What else? Is there any other derangement syndrome? I guess we could have a ref derangement syndrome because that exists as well.
You can't point to the negative effects of. Like, tell me what was bad about getting attention from people like him. What was bad about it? You can't articulate a single point. All you're going to do is say, oh, The Roach King Bat. Here's another one saying, girl, it's over for you. This person decides. I don't even have to read anymore. This person wants to decide whether someone's career.
Girl, it's game over for you. First, you start with whole drama with your new VTuber model with the hairstyle. Called it unkept. Which, as far as I'm aware, hair will dread in a way, or something like that, when you don't take care of it as well. There's a reason why we depict Neanderthals in that way. Which got a lot of POC on your ass. I hate that term POC. Because like, so many people fall under the term POC that I don't think it does quite the justice to the different categories, to the different groups. Like, somebody who's African does not fall into the same category as somebody who's Indian, for example. Or South American. So I don't like that term to begin with. Ah yes, of course, everyone should know that we shouldn't commit the big crime of checks notes, picking the wrong hairstyle. True and real.
Career is going to continue or not. Here's another post that I've seen many iterations of where basically they're trying to imply that the VTuber community is only uplifting bad actors.
VTuber community isn't racist, doesn't use AI, streams often. Except for VTubers, they don't stream at all. I wonder if this person is a VTuber. Loves their lurkers. Yes. Nah, that's boring. Huh? Also VTuber community, racist. You will always have anywhere you will have racists. It doesn't matter where you look. You will have racists in the Gundam community. You will have racists in, or the mecha community in this case. You will have racists in Pokemon. You will have them anywhere. Also, I bet this also only falls into the category of racist towards anybody but white. Because we have a pretty big VTuber who just recently parted ways with gamer subs for being partnered with people that they deem racists. The problem was, though, that the person is racist themselves, and you guessed it, towards white people. Do with this information what you will. Use it as AI, nobody gives a fuck, to be honest. Except these people. Rage baits. Who doesn't? Also, rage baits. You should also put into this / baits in general the amount of bait tweets that I've seen, like, where are my male VTubers at? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't interact with the people that comment under your tweet, the reply to your tweet. You don't do that. You just want engagement. That's it. You should. This should rather be engagement baits. No morals. No morals? That makes no sense. Boost them, rage boost them, get them, partner. This sounds like a whole lot of jealousy, to be honest.
That in order to succeed, you have to be racist and use AI and rage bait and have no morals.
Chat, I'm going racist now. Apparently it makes you succeed.
Whatsoever. Which is the biggest copium I've ever seen in my life. Typically the people who are spouting the most at how much of a good person they are and all those things, those people are the most toxic ones anyway. But at the end of the day, a lot of these V-tweeters and other VTubers who are constantly virtue signaling about how good they are and how there's so many problematic people in these spaces, there's a very common denominator with all of them. And it's that they don't make content. All they do...
They don't make content, or they do it half-hearted. That's what the common denominator is. They don't make content, or they do it half-hearted. And there's something really funny about this. Even the people that do make content, they still act like VTweeters. Nia would be one of those people. Oh, I'm such a good person. Why don't I get attention? Why don't I get support? Oh, I want to groom. I'm grooming children. Anyways.
is seethe on Twitter. Guess what? That's not interesting to people. And no matter how much you want to slander people and make these wild accusations, it doesn't change the fact that some of these people being unfairly canceled are generating an audience because they're entertaining and they're actually making content, no matter how hard you try to label them as something bad. That's all there really is to it. And really, this is a good way to sum it up. Juju has been the victim of one of the most insane cancellation attempts I've seen on this website for most idiotic of reasons. Dozens of people trying to make their name by running her off the internet. And once again, it's blowing up in their face. She's getting more support.
She did the only real good thing that you can do in this situation, capitalize off of it, and ignore it, because you cannot get cancelled if you don't allow cancellation. That means if you don't bend the knee. And remember, the Twitter mob does not want you to apologize. They want you to submit. That's it. At this post, don't talk about a community like it's a single person. I don't even think there's a VTubing community. It's more like a VTubing space. There's like multiple different cliques and separate people. There is no community. There is no, oh, we work together. That does not exist. There's different camps, more so.
And yeah, people like me will take advantage of this every single time it happens because you people are providing me with free entertainment, free content for the channel, and you're just making yourselves very clear who you are. Just a bunch of cloud chasers, virtue signalers, who will literally dogpile anyone as long as it gets them a brief amount of attention on social media. They don't understand this dynamic that's giving people like Juju more and more support, and they ultimately don't want to understand it because it's way more fun for them to virtue signal on social media than it is to ignore people they don't like and simply move on and make their own content or support other.
It's more so ironic that they truly believe that if they shit on Juju because of AI art, that they genuinely believe that they can save artists with that. That they can save art with that. How does that even work?
People they do like. It's really as simple as that. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
My thoughts are very simple. VTweeter. Opinion discarded. I don't care about VTweeters. They're all the same. They act the same. They think the same. It does not even matter. They literally just spawn camp for virtue signaling a cloud. They just wait for somebody bigger or somebody just screw up so they can farm them. That's very simple. I don't much care, to be honest. At this point, it's like it's not going. AI art is not going anywhere. No matter what you do, it just isn't going anywhere. It will stay around. The only thing how you can help yourself is to ask for laws, but that's not what these people will do. They will rather shit on a singular person and act like they achieved something. Yeah, not much to say. Good riddance.